Oh, hey guys. So, I figured since I live in Wyoming, I will make a video describing and discussing some of the things that people constantly complain about in Wyoming during the winter that they just don't realize or just don't know. And here comes Cat. Say hi. Alright, come on, Fatty. Alright, so, I always hear number one complaint. Well, let's do two. Wyoming does use salt, and they don't plow. They do a terrible job maintaining the roads. All right, let's bring up point number one. As I shove the cat off the desk. Let's bring up point number one. Sorry, I got two monitors. I got to bring this up. Wyoming is the seventh biggest state, meaning landmass wise. It's also the least populated state. I think what's Wyoming's population right now? Let's see. 578,000 according to 2021. It's kind of dipped down, so what, 577. Even Rhode Island is pretty much almost, about double. Almost really close to being double. So if you're catching what I'm saying, less people, a big state, means less money. Yeah, sure, there's tax, but then you start running into some other things like if you tax too much and you're already the least populated state, people are more willing to just leave. It's already hard enough getting people here because of the weather by itself. It does have some benefits, but some cons here. Alright, so let's talk about plows. So they have 50 plows for the whole state. So far this one was this article posted March 6th. So this is pretty current. And actually, we just had another one get hit, like Thursday or Friday. So what, like a week ago? This is 26. Okay. Yeah, I remember this one. All right, so far this winter, in the current winter, Wyoming's seen 22 plows get hit. Make that 23 because we just had another one get hit, like I said, last week. A total of 18 plows were struck last winter, and 26 before the winter before that, and 23 the winter before that one. So on average, we're pretty much losing about 45 to 52% of our plows every year because for some reason, whether it's a car, usually it's a truck, either a side scrape, they side hit it, meaning their trailer runs it off the road or hits it, or for some reason people can't tell there's a fucking plow in front of them. Like I'll never figure that out. You know, with all the bloom of snow being thrown back in your face, they literally run right into the back of it. That one, that's what happened. This one, there was a plow in his lane. This one was actually on his dash cam got released. There was a car in the right lane. He gets over in the left lane. There's a plow in the left lane. Hence, he was in all this mess, plowing this. And this guy just literally runs right into the back one. Don't know how fast, but yeah. But that also means the plow gets taken off the road and now needs repairs. Also, we don't. What's the pay of a snowplow guy here? I think it's like 17, 18 bucks an hour to start, which, if you're catching the issue, this many plows being hit, why do I want to go do a job that's so risky for $18? Really, cat? $18 an hour to start. Like, would I go drive plow if it was, pushing mid-20s into early 30s? Yeah. Even with the risk. But, if you want to get people to come plow, especially with, like, it seems like once a month you're losing 4 to 5 plows. Every month you're losing 4 to 5 plows. Cat, you're doing so good to start recording. You do this every time. You need to pay people to come take that risk. Stop it. You sit there and be good. You don't see a lot of plows because you're already short on drivers. And the truck you have, people can't stop hitting them. And then you're also the seventh biggest state. So it's also stretching your equipment. And the way Wyoming does plow is they prioritize routes. So I-80 and I-25 are pretty much number one priority. They get prioritized. Then it's side highways. I-90 is prioritized, but it's not really heavily traveled, so it's really just from I-90 mostly between Buffalo and and the Montana border, which is like an hour and a half, if that. But I-80 and I-25 are the two longest interstates, and I-80 is the most heavily traveled interstate in the whole country. Especially in Wyoming, it is see some of the most traffic out in the west because it is a major corridor from California northwest to the other corridors areas out east, so out in the Midwest. I hate saying that word. I hate Midwest. Then you leave salt. Yes. However, though, salt has an operating temp, and the closer you are to zero, makes it ineffective. It also means you shouldn't be using it too, because even if salt is melting it, which is melting it at, I forget, it's like for every pound of salt, the colder it gets, the less effective it is. And I don't remember, I think it's like 30 degrees, it melts like up to like 7 inches of ice or whatever, and then like the cold, like it just drastically drops the closer you get to zero, and if you get below zero, it's just not working. Salt didn't really work, period, right around 15 degrees. It just stops working. But also, you don't want Wyoming as a state using salt mainly, because if salt's working, what it does is it melts the ice, right? But where's that water going? It's still there. The road's still wet. So where's it going? Nowhere. And with how open Wyoming is, and how the average the temp because of the wind, and with the wind, well, also how much snow they get that doesn't melt all winter. Cat, do you mind? Are you trying to die? I'm getting distracted by my cat. It doesn't go anywhere, and with all the snow, you get blowing snow across the road, also keeping it wet. And as it starts temperature dropping, it refreezes. So there's a constant melt, refreeze, melt, refreeze. So you want roads that are constantly glossed over instead of just dirty ice. That's why Wyoming, they'd rather the ice stay on the road. I know it sounds counterintuitive, because dirty ice is traction. A lot of the crashes actually, especially the Creston, the Rollin stretch, that area is really flat. Oh, that's really open. Hell, right now there's snow fences. There's like all of them are full over there because of all the snow we got. And it's not like you can just put a snow fence anywhere. It has to go in certain areas where they're most effective. And some of the areas over there, they're 4 to 7 deep, meaning 1, 2, 3, 4, and they're still full. So what do you want to do? If that ice is constantly melting and you have all the blown snow over there, it's actually in everybody's benefit just to keep it there. And just let it melt when it gets warmer for days, and not just, warm, cold, warm, cold, warm, cold. Like today, okay? What was it? Yesterday was high 30s. Today I woke up 17 degrees outside. Actual temp 3 degrees because of the wind chill. You don't want to deal with that. So just throwing salt mixed in with sand. It's mostly sand is what they use. And they wet it down. Throw salt in there. And the reason why they throw salt in there is to keep the sand from sticking and forming clumps, and throw it on the road. Now there are some stretches that don't have as much wind. They get cold, but not as much wind, which is really the wind that's the issue with the ice. Like I said, it's the blowing snow constantly blowing over the road. It's keeping it glossed up. New snow on the road. That's also why that area I mentioned, Creston to Rollins, gets a lot of drifts on the road because it's so open. And it's like all it takes is just anything to grab that's blowing snow across the road, ice, anything. You literally be a fucking rock on the road, and just as soon as one snowflake grabs, they all start sticking because snow sticks to each other. It's like people just can't, like, I don't know what they expect. It's like they just expect to get the state of Wyoming to all of a sudden just like go away wind, like just snap your fingers, winds away. They have all the plows out they need. Now, I will say this is one thing I've noticed that I don't necessarily agree with the Wyoming does, but other states do this too. Wyoming is a very reactive plowing state, meaning they're not out like Colorado, they're not out like Utah. Uh, they go out after shit's happening. And usually it's when at least one car or one truck has gone off the road that, that they'll really send the plows out. There will be some plows out then, but they're very reactive. But there's a lot of states like Oregon that doesn't plow period at night. So it's not like Wyoming being a reactive state isn't really uncommon out here, but I don't necessarily agree. Like Nebraska is very active at night. However, though, Nebraska also being a plain state, they don't only a third of the state. Well, let's just say a third, but it's in between a third and a half. It's like 3 hours of it. It's Nebraska 8 hour long state. So I said about 3 hours of it on the western half has the wind and the snow that Wyoming gets and has the same issues. And they close the road too. They just shut it down, which is Wyoming does. Now, people like to act for some reason. Like it is more common in Wyoming. But people like to act like Wyoming's the only state out here in the West that just gets beat by the weather. The Dakotas. I guarantee you, if I-80 went through South Dakota, everybody would just be crying nonstop every day about it, just like Wyoming. Nebraska has I-80, but again, it's only that 3 hour stretch, and that closes too. However, though, Nebraska is a much larger populated state, so they have more resources. They also do use salt, and they use sand. Iowa, same thing. Iowa's a big state. It gets a lot of rolling hills, a lot of wind, right? Yeah, they have a lot of crashes. They close the roads down too. But here's the thing that drives me crazy about what people complain about Wyoming. Is that back in 2020, in March, we had back-to-back 130 plus vehicle pileups. Like 2 of them in 1 month. After then, Wyoming said, okay, we're done playing games. When they expect a pileup to happen, or a few crashes, throw in a handful of crashes, even if it's just people going through, like just single vehicle crashes, right? They'll shut the roads down. Because back when the fires happened, people were like, why don't you just shut the roads down? Why don't you shut the roads down? You save people's lives. Well, you can't have it both ways. You can't have them shut the roads down until the weather kind of eases up. Because let's be honest, with the temps out here in the winds, they're never going to be on top of these roads. It's just not happening. They could have all the plow equipment they want. It's just never going to happen. Not with the way I-80 is currently built. It's not going to happen. So what do you want to do? You just want pileups to happen and more deaths, or do you want them because there's pros and cons to each side, or do you want them to shut the roads down when they anticipate shit gonna get worse, but also funnel everybody together? Because that also has an issue. Because when they bottle everybody up, like I've shut down Atlanta for 4 days, right, with 2 hour break because the roads are open for 2 hours. As soon as that road opens, everybody's all pent up, ready to go. They're fidgety, right? Because your truckers losing a lot of fucking money sitting. A lot of money sitting. And the problem is, a lot of people do risky shit when it affects their livelihood. A lot of this could be fixed or sort of kind of like eased up on if there was a major push for companies paying weather shutdown pay like this, like a decent amount. Like it is absurd. Like, let's just say we'll do it like this way. If you could do 500 miles a day, let's just say you're running 8.5 hours. Okay? Let's do 550 times 0.60. That's $330. Okay. Some of these companies only want to give you $150, $200 every 24 hours for being shut down. That's a lot of fucking lost income that you're never gonna make back. So you're making people make the hard choices, like, oh, that road's open right now. Just open first minute. Go. Just go. So a lot of this could help too. The companies would tip in their pocket with their, reach in their pocket. And it's kind of like help encourage people to not dive out in the road right away as soon as the road's open. Kind of like ease up, relax. Well, let me bring up a picture to show you exactly what I'm talking about. For those who've never seen snow or blowing snow, or what Wyoming interstates look like on a daily basis, this one just happened a couple days ago. Wrong button, that's why. I was like, why is it not working? So this one just happened a couple days ago. You see how icy that road is? Fun fact. This could have been cleared even 20 minutes ago. Oh, yeah, let's just say even a couple hours ago. You see how there's already drifts here? All this blowing snow? This is an everyday occurrence in the winter in Wyoming. In the winter. Now, this is outside Rawlins, so this is not an interstate. This is a two-lane highway. But this area is notorious for it. See all the snow? It's starting to creep onto the road. It's starting to drift. This is why Wyoming will never be on top of the roads. Never. Let's see. Can I see snow fences? No. I'm trying to see a picture of snow fences. Let's see here. Look at this, okay? Shit. Shitty roads. You see all the snow coming across? Snow snakes, people call them? Same thing. You'll never be able to stay on top of this. And see how dry that road looks? Well, it's not dry, but there's tire stretches where the tires have warmed up, and they kind of kept that part mostly clear. But you see, you still see snow snakes. This is the same stretch of interstate. This is the same stretch. This is up in the Elk Mountain area. Although this one looks to be Arlington, which is also Elk Mountain. Pretty much Elk Mountain, Wagon Hound, it's all Elk Mountain. And what is Elk Mountain? Right here. It's in between Rawlins and Laramie. It's a daily occurrence of accidents. That 50 vehicle pileup back in the end of January, I was shut down in Laramie for 4 days, happened right in here. Going westbound. Because you get downhills. You can see coming downhill, and it's curves. This shit, it's icy. A lot of ice in the curves. 45-mile-an-hour speed limit. Look at this road. Look at the blowing snow. Look how much snow is on the side of the road. And the shoulder. This one's also appears to be looking westbound, although it's kind of hard to tell where this one's at based off of nothing here. But it looks to be westbound. Somewhere near Elk Mountain. Okay, here's a visibility issue. This is daily occurrence too. And this is just blowing snow. Let's see. There you go, prime example, okay? Here's what wind does to Wyoming. Why is this? There's the interstate. Here's an exit. There's also their snow shed where the salt and sand and all that. And look how much fucking snow gets just blown in there every few hours. That's feet. That's at least 7 feet. I'm trying to see. Let's see. They posted a picture of the salt temp. Yep. Crash. Oh, here we go. More salt is not always secure for slippery roads. When salt is used at lower temps, it may cause wet pavement to refreeze. 30 degrees to 20 degrees, normal winter conditions, salt works amazingly well. 20 degrees to 10 degrees, salt takes longer to work and roads refreeze faster. 10 degrees is 0. Roads refreeze even faster. Ice melts very slowly. And The reason why people just say or salt doesn't really just work period on ice, because it works by pound. Pound, how much can 1 pound of salt melt pound of ice? And the colder it gets, you lose. I think in the 10 to 0 degrees, remember, it's like 70% like drop in effectiveness. There we go. Why not hiring? Rollin shop. Let's see what they're posting. Oh, wow. Thought I'd have some info. Guess not. We're looking at time here. 20 minutes. Okay. Trying to educate you people. See, wind gusts to 60 miles an hour. That's a daily occurrence in Wyoming too. Daily occurrence. Let's see here. I'm happy that Whiteout's starting to get more active on Facebook. This does help educate people and kind of like put it out there. Here's what's going on. Arlington, okay, 6,500 feet, or visibility means 6,500 feet visibility. That's a good day, but if there's snow on the snow on the side of the road, like a lot, or on the shoulder, wind gusts 52, average wind is 37. You're talking about for random whiteouts. This is where the snow randomly gets picked up and turns into this for just randomly. Okay. Okay, there we go. Prime examples. This was cleared the day before. This was pavement. How do I know this? This was March 11th. It's from a post. This is that 287 north of Rollins, that 2-lane highway that rolled over truck with a car hauler. That was U-Haul. Same stretch of highway. That's what the winds do. And it was clear before because I came home. I was on the well. Pay attention a lot to the roads, even when I'm home. Also, how do you tell there's plow up there? There's plow up there. There's just 2 feet-ish drifts over the whole road. And they're just plowing it. Oh, god damn it. The reason why Wyoming seems like they can't handle the weather, well, part is they need more plows. It's because of the wind and the temps. 17 degrees today when I woke up, but with the wind, even a slight breeze, it was 3 degrees. Which also means, like, this stuff doesn't melt. So why do you want to throw salt on it if it's not going to melt anyways? Just throw sand on it. Could they dump more sand? Yeah, they probably need to dump more sand and just keep more sand. Because as long as it's brown, traction. However, though, that still doesn't mean go 70 on this shit. Because sand is loose traction. Which one? I think this is the interstate. Yes, this is the interstate. Posted at the end of February. They brought a big old fucking snowblower. It's usually never sees the interstate. Oh, okay, it does see the interstate, but it's not designed for the interstate. To come in here and get these fucking drifts off the shoulder from the wind blowing the snow across. And see how all the sand? Yeah, they could probably do more. Problem is, though, it's a never-ending battle. Because the sand gets thrown up as people drive over it. So they need more. But you don't want too much, because yes, you're at a risk of the sand doesn't get grinded down all the way. Because it is grinded when it's put in the pile. Before it's put in the pile to get the rocks out, or there's rocks really break them up. But you don't want too much because you don't want the risk of your road being covered in rocks, little pebbles that just cause more damage. Also, there's another issue. Even the plows have a hard time plowing because with the snow drifts, with the wind, the visibility. For those who don't know what it's like, they call them snow rows, plow rows, snow grooves, whatever. It's pretty much whatever a plow mark a little trail that plow left. Uh, those can suck you off the road. Or you can literally just run off the road because of visibility. And chances are when you see a plow like this in the road, off the road, because he's in the ditch, you either lost visibility or he got sucked off by his own trail. Because it'll grab the tire and it'll pull you or push you. And usually it pulls. What road is this one? This appears to be an off-ramp for the interstate. Look how smooth that snow is. That's wind marks. Little snakes on it. It's from wind. Yet they're bringing out a grader because snowplows would not be able to push this. So they're bringing out a grader to kind of move it. Look at this shit. People just wonder why. Oh, the wide-out cameras look dry. The road's dry. Why is the road closed? Well, it could be something like this. Or it could be some random spot, like, on the interstate or the highway, where all of a sudden it went dry. 3-foot drift in the middle of the highway. And then back to dry. Well, it's closed for that. So they can clear that. There's another one. There's a plow, right? Another plow. You want people out on this road instead of just being shut down? Oh, here we go. Here's what we call a ground blizzard. Where it's just so windy. And it's not snowing. It's so windy. It's just whitening out everything. This is what it is. All the snow snakes, and it's just all tossed up in the air. I posted a dashcam video where I was doing 40. It's on Christmas, I think. Not last year, 21, I believe. I think it was 21. It's on my channel. Where was I? Oak Mountain, I believe. I was literally the only guy on the road. I was working Christmas. I think I saw 3 vehicles in all of Wyoming. And I think it was like 2 o'clock in the morning, whatever. I had snow like this up my eyeball level, just blowing snow. So, and it was 6-mile-an-hour winds. Luckily, it was heavy. It was headwind mostly. It was slight crosswinds, but I was heavy enough. Or also, you could drive a 6-mile-an-hour wind. It really depends on where it's blowing from, because is the real thing. You can drive a 6-mile-an-hour winds empty. It just matters where it's coming from. Tailwind and headwind is not the same as crosswind. Crosswind is by far the most dangerous winds, even to drive in, even loaded. Now, if it was 60-mile-an-hour crosswind, I would have been shut down. But 60-mile-an-hour headwind, even if it's me and it's hitting me right here, as long as it's not hitting the side of my trailer and doing this, it's fine. But if it's doing this, yeah, I'm doing this, but I'm able to pull out of it. Let's see. There's another issue this year too. Utah's already shut their roads down on I-80 a couple times, 3 times actually, because all the snow these areas will be getting is pushing all the wildlife out. Wyoming has right now in the shoulder a lot of antelope, which these are, also known as pronghorn, just the same thing. You have elk, dead deer, mule, and white deer. You have moose starting to be pushed out of the mountains because there's so much snow. They're starving, so they're being pushed out in herds. Utah, I think, just rounded up last week a 90 elk herd and pushed it more south into the mountains. But it came from the north. So you had also on top on ice, animals shutting the roads down because they need to be pushed off the road. I mean, look at that. Look how deep that is. And these guys are jumping and running too, and it's up to his mid-thigh. See how this lane's clear? But here it's not. It's clearly they plowed. They were plowing because look how clear this is. This is the evidence of blowing snow. Here's a little story. After that, I shut down for 4 days. I finally got rolling right, and immediately 2 hours, 2.5 hours later, we came to a stop. The road was dry. It was dry. So I was stopping because all of a sudden, at the very bottom of this hill, there was about 2 to 3 inches in the left lane that come get to the bottom of this hill. You can't really see it, or maybe gauge it as well, and you hit it, and immediately took somebody off the road. All because of blowing snow. Right lane was clear. It's just I guarantee the guy that realized way too late what was about to happen. There was somebody next to his right lane. He couldn't ditch the lane. It was a perfect example of Wyoming looks like in the winter. I think I'm proving my point. But if I miss anything, or if you have any more questions about Wyoming, just ask. I'll post. I love my state. I kind of laugh. It's just free entertainment about people who have no idea what it's like for a state like this to deal with. The stuff they say or just assume. But hey, go ahead and ask questions. I'll maybe want another video about this, something like this. I have no problem doing it. But hey, you guys stay safe out there. Catch you next time. Bye!